This is why religion doesn't fit into a relationship with Christ and with God. It has been said that whatever a person does diligently on a consistent daily basis prepares him for success in that or any endeavor. This is, of course, true, except in the case of relationship with Christ and with God. Now, it can help, and it's not bad. However, it can't be the entirety of that relationship, and that's where it fails. Why? Because relationships don't work that way. Relationships don't work with inside of cans, right? Any relationship you have, if you try and put it in a can or in a box, it's going to fail. So, when you attempt to place your relationship with the Creator of all things, the Creator of the universe, inside of a can or inside of a box, it's ultimately going to fail. I tried to do this for, 25 years roughly, because that's what they taught me as a young believer. Hey, you need to spend time with God, so I started doing it. And they said, well, not many people do it, and I said, okay, well, I'm going to do it. And they, like an hour a day was the standard, right? Like if you did that, you were really something. So that's what I did. Of course, I didn't do it every day, but I did it very religiously, day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. And I would hear leadership people talk about, what are you focusing on? What's your priorities? What are you living for? What are you spending your time on? And I was like, okay, this is it. I'm going to put all my relationship into my relationship with God and with Christ. And I'm going to do it in such a disciplined manner. But here was the mistake. When you mix that discipline that works well on other things, non-relational things, into a relationship, you have a problem. Because again, relationships can never be contained to cans and boxes. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally, in any way, they just can't. You can start there. It's a good starting point to say, okay, I'm going to spend this much time a day with God, or with my wife, or with my kids, or with your friends, or whoever, right? Anybody you want to have a quality relationship, you can always start there and say, hey, I'm going to spend so much time a day or a week or on the phone or whatever with such and such person. And that's a good starting point. However, if you just leave it there, you, me, anybody, I'm always preaching to the choir on this channel, and that's the totality of your relationship, that relationship's going to fail. And I experienced that hardcore after 20 plus years, 25, 26, 28, I don't know, somewhere in there, of doing that, focusing on, okay, relationship with God. It all fell apart. Why? This is why. Now, did God honor it? Of course, because he's not a jerk, right? But it can't stay there. Any quality relationship that you or me or Joe or Fred or Bill or Seth or Amy or Francine wants to have with any other living sentient being, be it God or human, it cannot stay in a can. It cannot stay canned and boxed into self-discipline. So, those statements that these motivational speakers will say, they are right and they are correct, and you should do that. Whatever a person does on a daily disciplined basis will prepare you for success in whatever endeavor, except your relationships. Why? Because relationships can't exist in cans and boxes. They're living and growing and changing things, and they require more than just self-discipline and daily discipline, right? They require like crazy things at the wildest times, as any parent knows, right? So you got to take your relationship with Christ and with God and with anybody else out of the box. And again, you can start there. You can start with daily discipline, right? But it's got to expand from there. It's like the conversation I had with a friend of mine one time, and I was bragging, We were talking about relationship with Christ, and I said, "Yeah, I spend an hour a day," and basically what I was doing is bragging and thinking how much better I was than other people who didn't do that, right? And he said, "Oh, I try to spend all my time with him," just right off the top of his head, without even missing a beat. And that's where it got me thinking, oh, right? And it's coming full circle. It's like, after everything fell apart, I just realized, oh, that's why, because you can't contain a relationship with the creator of the universe, the creator of all life and existence, in a box or in a can. Thank you. Have a nice night.